This is Frank DeBella. He's been in the memorabilia business for over 20 years now. Not only is he a collector, but he's a fan too. Through his dealings with customers, Frank has a unique perspective of the workings of a true fan's mind.
Well, again, I think all of us, when we're smaller, we play some form of organized sports, and I guess just seeing the sport played at its best, baseball played at its best. We all want to emulate those particular players.
A lot of people say that I'm a Yankee fan because they were winning when I was a Yankee fan, so kind of like a front runner. But I didn't really understand the whole game even when I was watching it. I just decided to be a Yankee fan just to have some fun with my dad, I guess, just to make watching games better.
I'd say probably around 2000, 2001, it was the song, it was either All My Life or Times Like These, when the album One by One came out. And I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with them right then and there.
Well, I became a fan of country music in general when I lived back in Buffalo. I heard one of his songs on the radio in 2000. It was 2000. It was 2000, 2002 or 2003, something like that. The song was called Somebody Like You, and it was really weird because it was like a banjo, but it was kind of like rocky, so I liked it.
I first heard Springsteen's music probably since I was born. I mean, my mom's been playing his music ever since I can remember. It's just, you walk into my house at any given moment, and that's what's coming out of the speakers pretty much.
Well, after I bought the first album, I bought the rest of their albums, and I completely, I had the whole album, every B-side, the DVD that they put out. I went everything beyond that. And then once the album In Your Honor came out a couple of years back, it was one of my favorite albums of all time. It was just so different and complex than the other stuff and other stuff that was out there. And then I think that was what kind of made me become a bigger fan than I already was. That was the summer I saw them for the first time, and then after that it all kind of snowballed from there.
I think his music is better than some of the crap that's out there today. You might say my family's crazy, but I think it's a very bonding experience, and it brings us closer. It's something that we all enjoy doing.
I think it gets me pumped up sometimes because, you have certain songs that do one emotion for you, certain songs that, make you feel one emotion. Like, I can't really say that his music generally, I guess it makes me feel happy. I love it. I like the music. But I think that a lot of his songs pump me up, and I'll listen to them when I'm running.
There are three main chemicals that facilitate pleasure, feeling, sense of well-being in the brain. The first one is epinephrine, which we all know causes a fight or flight reaction, gets you going, wakes you up, gives you bursts of energy. The second one is serotonin. Serotonin is a chemical that is associated with a sense of well-being. People that have low levels of serotonin are typically depressed and can be treated with antidepressants to raise those levels. The third drug in that class is dopamine. Dopamine is a pure pleasure drug, and a lot of the illegal drugs tend to stimulate the brain to release dopamine, which causes excessive pleasure.
I would definitely say it makes me feel happy. Like I was just saying about my first Springsteen concert, it was in the summer, so I don't know, his music just makes me think of summer, which tends to provoke good feelings.
It's definitely puts me in a better mood, definitely happier and excited. It's definitely like whenever I'm driving, I have the windows down, I have the music blasting the entire way up, so it's music that puts me in a good mood, and it's just something that I can always put on and enjoy no matter what kind of mood I'm in. It's always something I can put on and enjoy.
I grew up in Freehold Borough, so you're surrounded by Springsteen everything there. It's his hometown, it's my hometown, just Springsteen Central, so just being surrounded by it, the culture and everything, and probably my first Springsteen concert obviously just changed me.
I try and watch every single game as much as I possibly can. When I was younger, they were kind of like an inspiration to me, but now obviously I'm 17 years old, so. But just whenever they would win, it would just make me extremely happy. If someone would hit a home run, I'd jump up and scream and all that stuff.
Well, like I said, my aunt's an even crazier fan than I am, and She met her boyfriend at a Springsteen concert in 2002, I believe, and it was in Tampa. My mom was there. And then this past November in Boston, she was at a show, and he talked to one of the concert guys there and was like, listen, I'm proposing to my girlfriend tonight, like, can you like somehow say something to Bruce? And right before the song I'll Work for Your Love, Bruce was just like, this one's for Bill and Carol. And he like her boyfriend, fiance, whatever, put her on his shoulders, and Bruce like gave her 2 kisses, and it's on YouTube. It's pretty cool.
Well, let's say somebody, bases are loaded, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, Mets are down by 3. Carlos Beltran gets up, strike 1, oh no. Strike 2, oh no. Third pitch, boom, out of the park. Epinephrine kicks in, people jump up, scream, yell, dance, extremely happy, which can also set off some pleasure chemicals such as dopamine.
I'm also a big, as I said earlier, a Joe Namath fan, to the extent that my email address has Namath in it. I had a German Shepherd that was named Namath. My daughter, when she was born, we all thought it was going to be a boy, and she was left unnamed for about 5 days. And I finally named her Jessica because Joe Namath had just had a daughter named Jessica.
Well, there are cases of people addicted to certain types of neurochemicals. Take, for example, people who skydive, people who go bungee jumping. They're thrill seekers. They enjoy. They cannot live without the enhanced release of dopamine-like compounds. That could be applicable to a super diehard fan who lives for the game of baseball or the team that he's supporting.
I mean, over the years, I've spent a lot of my money, even birthday money, Hanukkah money, other kind of holiday money. Whatever kind of money I'd get, I'd go right online and look to see what I could find, and if I liked it, I would just spend. I mean, I've spent so much money over the years on Yankee memorabilia, Yankee clothing, Yankee. I don't really pay for the Yankee tickets, but I mean, we'll throw that in there. Yankee tickets. So I mean, I'll give you a list of what I've got, but.
All right, I guess you can say I've spent.
Oh my God, a lot of money. I don't think my dad's too happy about it.
Before A-Rod was even on the team, I bought his jersey. That was like $100. I have a on-field jersey autographed of Alex Rodriguez on the Texas Rangers jersey. That was $250, so that's $350.
So it's $70 a ticket. So it's what is it, $140 for one, and then you get another $140 for seats trying to get closer up. So we've probably spent on an average concert. The most we probably spent is probably about $500. All in total, I would say up to $5,000 on tickets. But it's well paid money. He deserves it.
Yeah, opening night at Giant Stadium, we paid face value for the tickets, and that was a few $100.
All right, I guess you can say I've spent 130 around that range on albums, CDs, and whatnot.
We went on eBay and we bought a pair of tickets for $15.
I have a Gary Sheffield autograph bat and a Robinson Cano autograph bat. Those are $100 each. That's.
Concert tickets alone are probably at least $200.
I have a Gary Sheffield autograph jersey. That's $150.
Let's see. I have a few T-shirts from his shows, which are obviously overpriced. I went to a show in October and I spent like $45 on a stupid T-shirt.
The posters I have on the wall, that's about $40. But I'd say about 50, 60 on T-shirts and whatnot. Scratch at like 100 on like apparel.
Yankee tickets, maybe like, I didn't really pay for them, but if you figure it in, maybe like $400. So you probably figure like $2,000, my own money.
I've definitely spent way too much money on this band.
I realize most people would probably say that I'm crazy, but I don't really care.
Being a fan of a team is probably one of the hardest things to do, especially if you're a fan of that team for an extremely long time, because a team is only good until their good players could last, as long as their good players could last.
I think that, in conclusion, I would say that a fan of anything, really. I mean, a true fan can be defined by somebody who is a fan of someone because they love to do it. Like, obviously, I mean, you might like their music, like I might like somebody else's music, but I'm a true fan of Keith Urban because I'm rooting for his music and I'm rooting for him. And I think that's the same with any fan. If you're a fan of a football player, you're rooting for them not just because they're on your favorite team or because they're really good at something, but because you're rooting for them because there's something about them that you can just, I guess, connect with. And I probably connect with Keith Urban because, all the songs that he writes, like every song almost that on each album he's written, and they really relate to me because, a lot of the topics, they kind of talk about how I'm feeling and how I would have put them if I could write a song. So I think that's why I'm a true fan.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sexy is Steve Grohl? I'm Dan Steve Grohl.
I'm gonna kill myself for saying this, but probably 8 or 9.